The Victorian-era mystery airships, the blimps that shouldn't have existed. Imagine stepping outside on a cold autumn evening in Victorian England. The streets are dimly lit by gas lamps. Horse-drawn carriages rumble over cobblestones. Steam whistles echo from distant railway stations. Electricity is still a novelty. Powered flight is considered impossible by most scientists. Then someone points to the sky. High above the rooftops floats a strange craft. Long and cigar-shaped. Glowing with an eerie white light. Silent. It hovers against the stars before drifting away into the darkness. Over the next several decades, thousands of respectable citizens across Britain, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and eventually America would report seeing these mysterious airships, decades before the Wright brothers ever left the ground. Were they secret military experiments? Inventors decades ahead of their time? Mass hallucinations? Or was something far stranger unfolding above Victorian society? Tonight, I'm exploring one of history's forgotten mysteries. The Victorian Mystery Airships. The world before flight. To appreciate how bizarre these sightings were, we have to remember the world people lived in. The late 1800s were an age of astonishing invention. Steam locomotives had transformed travel. Telegraphs allowed messages to cross continents almost instantly. Factories produced machines unlike anything seen before. Yet one dream remained stubbornly out of reach. Human flight. Balloons had existed since the late 18th century, but they were little more than floating bags carried wherever the wind wished. They couldn't truly steer. They couldn't travel quickly. And they certainly couldn't hover over towns before disappearing at incredible speeds. The first practical airplanes were still years away. Which makes what happened next extraordinarily difficult to explain. Throughout the Victorian era, newspapers occasionally carried bizarre stories. Witnesses described enormous cigar-shaped objects. Some featured wings. Others carried propellers. Some emitted beams of light that swept across the countryside. Many displayed brilliant lamps mounted at their front. These weren't isolated reports from children or drunkards. Doctors, police officers, judges, teachers, military personnel. Even newspaper editors described seeing them. In many cases, dozens, or even hundreds, of people witnessed the same object simultaneously. Most gave remarkably similar descriptions. Long body, metallic appearance, bright searchlight, mechanical movement, and complete silence. One of the earliest clusters appeared during the 1880s. Across Britain and continental Europe, reports began increasing. Observers described elongated craft moving against the wind. Some seemed capable of stopping completely in midair. Others suddenly accelerated beyond anything known. Several newspapers mocked the stories. Others treated them seriously. Journalists interviewed witnesses. Sketch artists attempted to recreate what had been seen. Many illustrations looked astonishingly similar despite being drawn hundreds of miles apart. Could everyone really be imagining the same impossible machine? Then came the event that transformed the mystery forever. Beginning in California during November 1896, reports exploded. Within weeks, sightings spread across the United States. By 1897, nearly every major newspaper was discussing mysterious airships. Thousands claimed to have seen them. Entire towns gathered outdoors after sunset hoping for another glimpse. Descriptions remained surprisingly consistent. Huge cigar-shaped craft. powerful searchlights scanning fields below, propellers spinning beneath the hull, sometimes wings, sometimes fins, sometimes even visible passengers. Many witnesses insisted they heard voices coming from above. Some claimed figures waved back. Others reported conversations with mysterious pilots after the craft landed. One of the strangest aspects involved alleged encounters with airship crews. Across America, witnesses claimed the craft occasionally landed. The occupants reportedly appeared completely human, well-dressed, polite, often speaking perfect English. They sometimes requested water, or food, or directions. Several introduced themselves simply as inventors testing revolutionary flying machines. Yet whenever reporters investigated these inventors, nothing. No patents, no factories, no successful demonstrations. They vanished as mysteriously as they had appeared. Were these elaborate hoaxes? Or were genuine inventors hiding technology decades ahead of its time? Perhaps the most unsettling detail involved the lights. Electric lighting itself was still relatively new. Yet witnesses described such lights brighter than anything available. Some beams swept across hillsides. Others illuminated entire farms. Several reports described lights changing color. Others claimed they blinked in deliberate patterns. To Victorian observers, it seemed almost supernatural. Many had never seen electric headlights. Some concluded they were witnessing machines from the future. Again and again, eyewitnesses reported extraordinary flight characteristics. Hovering without drifting, flying directly into strong winds, making sharp turns impossible for balloons, accelerating almost instantly, climbing vertically, disappearing within seconds. These maneuvers would challenge even early 20th century aircraft. For machines supposedly existing in the 1890s, they bordered on impossible. One detail appears repeatedly: silence. Victorian engines were incredibly loud. Steam engines roared. Combustion engines rattled violently. Yet many witnesses described enormous flying craft producing little or no sound. Some heard only a faint humming. Others nothing whatsoever. Even today, silent propulsion remains difficult for large aircraft. So what exactly were people witnessing? Britain experienced its own remarkable wave of sightings. Reports emerged across London, Yorkshire, Lancashire, Kent, and Scotland. Police officers occasionally received calls from concerned citizens reporting strange illuminated craft. Some newspapers suggested German spies were testing secret weapons. Others believed wealthy inventors had achieved controlled flight in private. The government offered no convincing explanation. Military officials generally denied involvement. Yet the sightings continued. The phenomenon wasn't limited to Europe or America. Australia experienced similar reports. Remote farmers described glowing cigar-shaped objects crossing enormous distances. Stockmen observed lights moving silently over the outback. Again, witnesses had little knowledge of advanced aviation. Many had never even seen an automobile. Their descriptions closely matched reports occurring thousands of miles away. New Zealand newspapers also recorded unusual sightings. Residents watched mysterious illuminated craft crossing valleys at night. Some objects hovered. Others vanished behind mountains before reappearing elsewhere. The similarities were uncanny. Different countries, different cultures, yet almost identical descriptions. Victorian newspapers loved sensational stories. Editors eagerly published eyewitness accounts. Some papers competed to find the newest sighting. Illustrations showed sleek flying machines years before practical aviation. Skeptics argued newspapers encouraged copycat reports. Believers countered that many sightings occurred before any publicity reached remote areas. Either way, public fascination exploded. People began watching the skies every evening. Then, almost as suddenly as they appeared, the mystery faded. Sightings became less frequent. The strange airships seemed to vanish. Years later, real dirigibles entered service. Then airplanes. Ironically, once humanity truly conquered the skies, reports of Victorian mystery airships largely disappeared. It was almost as though whatever had been there no longer needed to hide. Or perhaps people simply stopped paying attention. Theory 1: Secret inventors. Perhaps brilliant inventors genuinely created advanced airships decades before history acknowledges. Maybe wealthy industrialists financed secret prototypes. If true, the technology may have been lost through accidents, lack of funding, or the deaths of their creators. It would explain the mechanical appearance. But it doesn't explain the impossible performance. Theory 2: Government experiments. Another possibility is secret military development. Governments have always pursued technological advantages. Could Britain, France, Germany, or another nation have secretly tested revolutionary aircraft? There is one major problem. No surviving documentation has ever revealed machines capable of what witnesses described. For such a breakthrough, history is strangely silent. Theory 3: Mass hysteria. Psychologists suggest social contagion. Newspapers reported mysterious aircraft. People expected to see them. Ordinary lights, balloons, planets, or unusual clouds became transformed into extraordinary machines. Human perception is remarkably fallible. Yet this explanation struggles with cases involving hundreds of simultaneous witnesses. Theory 4: Visitors from elsewhere. Some UFO researchers believe the Victorian airships were simply the 19th century version of modern UFO sightings. Instead of silver discs, witnesses interpreted unknown objects using familiar technology. Victorians understood steam engines and dirigibles. So mysterious craft appeared as flying airships. Today, witnesses describe sleek triangles and metallic discs because those shapes fit our technological expectations. If true, perhaps the phenomenon adapts itself to human culture. Theory 5: Time travelers. One of the most fascinating ideas suggests accidental encounters with travelers from humanity's future. Advanced craft passing through time might appear only briefly. Victorian witnesses interpreted futuristic vehicles as airships because that was the closest comparison available. It sounds like science fiction. But the strange lights, the silence, and the impossible maneuvering continue to fuel speculation. Theory 6: Something we still don't understand. Perhaps the most honest answer is also the least satisfying. We simply don't know. History contains countless mysteries. Some eventually receive explanations. Others remain stubbornly unsolved. The Victorian mystery airships occupied a strange space between folklore, history, and the unexplained. Enough evidence exists to show people genuinely believed they saw something. But not enough evidence exists to determine exactly what that something was. Imagine standing beneath the stars in 1897. No airplanes. No helicopters. No satellites. Just darkness. And suddenly, a silent cigar-shaped craft gliding overhead, its brilliant searchlight sweeping across rooftops before disappearing into the night. Would you believe your own eyes? Or would you convince yourself you'd imagined it? More than a century later, those same questions remain unanswered. Perhaps the truth has been forgotten. Perhaps it was deliberately hidden. Or perhaps the mysterious airships never truly left. Maybe we've simply given them a different name. If you enjoyed this journey into one of history's strangest aerial mysteries, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Mysteries from the Orb, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another dive into the unknown. Share this video with friends and fellow mystery lovers, and let us know in the comments. What do you think the Victorian mystery airships really were? Secret inventions, misunderstood sightings, visitors from another world, or something else entirely? Until next time, keep looking up.